Call to order. I'll read the disability statement. This meeting is accessible to people with disabilities. Microphones or telephones will be used by all speakers. Large print materials are available upon advance requests. If you would like either of these accommodations, please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833. The notice of non-discrimination rights and protections to beneficiaries with regard to the federal Title VI non-discrimination protections and the state non-discrimination protections is posted in this meeting room and is available on the Old Colony Planning Council website. Please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833 for more information. Thank you. And by this office, I'm assuming they're talking about the OCPC office. Next, we have roll call.
Yes, sir. Abingdon,
Yes, here.
Avon, Bridgewater, Brockton, Duxbury, East Bridgewater, Easton.
Present.
Thank you. Halifax, Hanover, Hanson, Kingston. Thank you. Pembroke, Plymouth, Plimpton, Stoughton, West Bridgewater, Whitman. Here. Thank you. MassDOT District 5. I think I saw Barbara on it.
I'm here. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning.
Yep, we're here. This is Derek Cravat. Thanks.
Thanks, Derek. Brockton Area Transit.
Present.
And thanks, Mike. And Gatra.
Here.
Thank you. All set.
Item 2 is public comments. Any public comments? Seeing none, we'll move to item 3, minutes of June 5th, 2025 meeting. Do I have a motion on the floor?
Yeah, motion Dan from Whitman.
Second? Anyone?
Second, Gatra.
Second.
Thank you. 4 is communications, item 4. I believe it's Sean, or I'm not sure.
It's gonna be Kyle
All right, Kyle,
this
thank you.
week. Sean's out.
Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So first item on communications, Massachusetts Department of Transportation and Apple Green announced next steps in a $750 million overhaul of 18 highway service plazas. Construction is expected to begin in early 2026, with the full construction schedule expected to be shared later this fall, and this project is expected to support 750 new jobs.
awesome.
Next is a Walk Massachusetts. Their next walk audit will be held on August 14th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. This will be a 1-mile walk starting at the intersection of Center and Quincy Street, and you can RSVP by contacting Yolando Spinola. His address is provided right here. And the Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office, their next meeting is being held on August 26th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Newsletter ahead of that meeting with new grant opportunities, contact information, and other helpful resources will be distributed. Safe routes to school, signs and lines. Webinar and launch Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Special Commission on Micromobility, their next meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 16th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Boston at 10 Park Plaza. And that concludes communications.
Thank you, Kyle. Next is item 5, reports. A, Brockton Area Regional Transit Authority, Bat.
Thank you, Chair. Several service updates today. First of all, and I mentioned this in the last JTC meeting, we launched our overnight employment transportation service that is a partnership with Uber and provides subsidy for trips within our service area that include someone's workplace, and we offer a $9 subsidy per trip. OCPC has been great helping us get the word out, helped us make a graphic and included us in their newsletter. So thank you very much, Old Colony Planning Council. Second, we released an RFP this week to provide microtransit to the town of Bridgewater and surrounding key locations. So stay tuned for updates on that. Or if you'd like to run a microtransit service, feel free to bid. Third, we are adding Sunday service to our Rockland microtransit that started last Sunday. So that's an excellent expansion of options for people in and around the Rockland area. And fourth, and our most exciting announcement, I will leave for Mary Ellen to provide right after me.
Thank you, Mike. Item 5B, Greater Attleboro Taunton Regional Transit Authority, GATRA.
Thank you very much. So I will follow on Mike's good news there and say that starting Monday, we had launched the Gateway Link, which connects Brockton, the VA hospital, the Taunton Terminal, Bristol Community College main campus, and the Fall River Terminal. So therefore, we are connecting BAT, GATRA, and SRTA. And the route has been very positively received. 35 passengers just on the first day alone. And I don't think any of us did a huge amount of pushing for the publicity. So we are super excited. Some of the feedback we've been hearing is it's easier than commuter rail because it takes them right to the bus terminals, which is allowing them to open up rather than being at the commuter rail stations and then having to get to the terminal. So we're very happy that we've been able to get this pilot launched and look forward to seeing increased numbers on this route. Other than that, we are just working through our hopeful launch of Sunday service in the fall, expanded Sunday service. We are working on that right now, trying to get enough drivers and assets to make that a reality. And that is the update from GATRA.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move to item 6, old business. A, federal fiscal year 2025 to 2029 Transportation Improvement Program TIP implementation. I believe that's you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. So let's just have a few highlights for the for this current element, the FFY 2025 element of the tip. So I just want to advance the slide. So the first one, so in Brockton, the project for Center at Plymouth here in downtown that was originally it was originally programmed this year due to a lack of project readiness. It was pushed out to next year. But the good news is design is advancing on it, and you can see it's at 75%. So that's great to see. The in Easton, the project for Route 138 at Elm Street, that project that was advertised and the winning bid was accepted, and a notice to proceed has been issued. So that's moving forward, and excited to see that. In Stoughton, phase 2 of that Route 138 project that was broken up into 2 phases. Notice to proceed was issued on that, so that's moving forward. And finally, we have a couple of grants from the Bipartisan Infrastructure bill that have been placed in FFY 2025 under our tip, and the first one being for Old Colony Planning Council. They received a $1.99 million prioritization process pilot program PPPP grant. So we're internally here, we're very excited to be launching that, and you can hear a lot about that in the next couple of years. The work on it should span a couple of years. So we're very excited about that, and also we're excited for Bridgewater State University, who received a Safe Streets for All grants for some work on their campus. So that covers FFY 2025 for the tip. If anyone had any questions, happy to answer them.
Bill, there is one question in the chat.
Yep.
What is the status of the raise grant in Brockton? Is it moving forward?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything specific about that lately, but I haven't heard anything like holding it up or anything. So
Thank you, Bill. Is this an action item?
nope, this is just information.
Any questions for Bill? Seeing none, we go to item 7, new business. A, Mass DOT Local Early and Actionable Planning Program, LEAP. And I believe we have a guest presentation for that.
Yep, that's correct. Hi, everybody. Derek Cravatt here from MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning. I can, should I go ahead and share my screen with the slides? Does that
Yes.
work?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
great.
made you a co-host. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay, perfect. I will pull that up. And in the meantime, just want to say thanks for having us today. And we're excited to share a little bit of news on a new program that we've developed and launched as of a few weeks ago. Yeah, the chair mentioned it's called the Local Early Actionable Planning Program. So the program was created in response to a lot of concerns we've heard from communities, particularly smaller communities that face challenges in accessing funding for design and engineering and kind of early stage planning activities. Can you see these slides okay now? Is it showing properly?
Yes.
You're on the presenter
It's
mode.
presenter mode. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see if I can switch this over. Yeah. Sorry about that. All right. All right. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty here. I'm sorry about that. Let me try to stop sharing that. Okay. Oh, now my whole screen's gone out. I'm sorry about this, everyone. Let me
Hey, Derek, I'm also happy to share it if that's helpful.
Oh yeah, that would be great actually, Leah, if you don't
Okay.
mind. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. I do not have permission to do that.
Yeah, I just made you co-host.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Is that working?
Yep. Yeah, I can
Okay.
see it. I'm just having a little bit of trouble with my own screen here now. Kind of coming in and out on me. I'm sorry. But yeah, Leah, if you want to get it started, I'll jump in as soon as I get this fixed. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. So I wanted to also start off by introducing myself. I think I've met several of you, but I'm one of the new members of the Municipal Planning and Sport team. As Derek mentioned, this is a new team, and LEAP is kind of one of our central initial tasks, getting this program set up. So we're sort of divided up regionally. There's 3 new folks who have been hired in, and I'm going to be focused on the southeastern portion of the state, which includes you all. So you'll be working with me in the future on a number of things, including LEAP, if you all choose to apply for the program. So as Derek mentioned, there are a couple main objectives to the Municipal Planning and Sport Group kind of being formed recently. One is to connect municipalities with federal funding opportunities, and the other is to provide technical assistance, focusing on rural and gateway cities. So for folks who might lack capacity to sort of get projects off the ground. And given the fact that there have been a lot of changes with federal funding opportunities, obviously in the last few months, we've really been focused on this second bullet. So finding ways to provide technical assistance specifically through the LEAP program, which we just launched. Derek, do you want to jump back in or?
Yep. Yeah. I've
Okay.
got my computer working again.
Okay.
Sorry, it started going out right before the slide, so sorry about that. But yeah, I think that's exactly what I would have said anyway. Yeah, we're setting this program up as a sort of structured to be that consultants that we procure at MassDOT will be performing any work on behalf of communities that request the services. So as opposed to us kind of giving communities money and then having them procure on their own, which can create its own set of headaches, we'll just be doing that legwork on behalf of communities and then almost treating it like an on-call contract that municipalities can then request these consultants to perform through MassDOT. So there will be 2 consultant teams. There'll be MassDOT pre-qualified architectural engineering firms that will be able to perform a variety of different kind of planning and engineering tasks on behalf of communities. It's a little bit of a pilot phase this first year. So we have $1 million per year total over 2 years. So $2 million over that time period. And so in this sort of early phase, we're thinking about just in terms of project size, just to be very clear about that, it's relatively small, kind of $25,000 to $100,000 per project or planning effort or design effort. So it might not fund, a full-scale design for a TIP project, say, but it could, within that kind of scale, fund something maybe like a complete streets engineering and design, or kind of some smaller items that could get a project off the ground. So we've opened our request form. It's up online now, and things will be accepted on a rolling basis. And these next 2 slides have a little bit more specificity on what sort of services can be offered through this. So the consultants will be well qualified to perform all of these tasks, right? Conceptual design plans, alternatives analyses, right? If your community is thinking about initiating a project, there's a concern, but there's no sort of engineering legwork done to identify what the alternative should be. That's something we can do to inform a future project. I mentioned complete streets projects. That program currently does not fund engineering and design activities, so we're offering that through this. And then a couple of more planning related items like a safe streets network strategy to look at maybe a almost like a prioritization plan, but for safety as opposed to complete streets elements as well. We can also use this to assist communities on the technical elements of federal or state grant applications. And then things like safety analysis, traffic analysis, if you need things like sort of counts or anything like that. And then sort of more technical elements that get things off the ground, like cost estimation, mapping support, technical analyses that are sometimes required for projects like hydraulic analyses for culverts and things like that. Next slide. So we definitely are aware, many of these services are already offered by OCPC, and so we'll be partnering with them very closely on this, right? We're not going to, take a task that's better suited for OCPC to do, right? This is really meant to kind of augment, not replace existing services. So insofar as there's needs, right, we're really looking at this more as like a bridge between planning recommendations and MassDOT project development, or getting things ready for longer term funding. So just want to make that clear that we're really working closely with regional planning agencies. We'll be promoting this through other statewide meetings throughout the next couple months. Our forum, which is linked here, is also on the MassDOT Grant Central page. So we're sort of making sure we're part of that. And then we'll be reviewing requests collaboratively with the RPAs, as I mentioned. Next slide. And yeah, I'll turn it over to Leah to cover the next few.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I will drop the Qualtrics link in the chat as well, so you guys can take a look, but just some screenshots of what you will see if you follow that link. We've attempted to make the request form as simple as possible. We're just asking for a basic project description and then any supporting documentation around project needs. So any other planning documents that have identified that particular project, any data, or just in your own words, kind of describing other issues that, this problem or this project will solve. The second set of items on the form are just really getting at where the project is in the project development process. So we'd like information on any other funding sources that you all might be utilizing for the project, where it is with regards to approval by PRC. So, and then also we're calling this implementation / momentum. So what the next steps are that you all envision after having received the technical assistance, just to kind of determine that those next steps are in place. And then it may be fairly early in project development to have these items, but if you do have a proposed scope and budget, would also like to take a look at those. And then, as I mentioned, we are divided up regionally, and I am in the southeastern portion of the state, and this is my email if you have any questions.
No? Thanks, Leah. Yeah, we'll turn it back to the chair, and happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Any questions for Derek or Leah? Thank you both. Seeing none, we'll move
Thank
to
you.
Thank you.
item 7B, the bylaws of the Joint Transportation Committee. Review, discussion, and potential acceptance of proposed amendment.
Thanks, John. If you wouldn't mind, so realize, so back on when we did the minutes, motion was made and seconded to accept and approve the minutes, but we never actually took a vote. So if you wouldn't mind, if we could do a roll call vote on that to accept the minutes of the June meeting, and we can always, if anyone wants to, we can roll the slides back to that item, but I think we could just do a roll call vote.
Okay. Sorry about that, Bill.
Oh, no worries. I missed it too, so don't worry. Abington,
Yes.
Avon, Bridgewater, Brockton, Duxbury, East Bridgewater, Easton,
Yes.
thank you, Halifax, Hanover, Hanson, Kingston, Pembroke, Plymouth, Plimpton, Stoughton, West Bridgewater, Whitman.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan. MassDOT District 5.
Yes.
Thanks, Barbara. MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning.
Chris Clem,
Yes.
yes. Oh, sorry. I came late,
No,
so apologies. This is
I
my
didn't see you there,
today.
Chris. Yep.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank
No,
you.
you please. I can do.
Thank you. Brockton Area Transit
Yes.
and Gatra.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Bill,
John. Yeah.
Deborah from Stoughton voted yes.
Okay, great. So, yeah, thanks everyone for obliging us on that. And I think we're all set, John, to move on to the next agenda item.
All right, next agenda item 7B, the bylaws of the Joint Transportation Committee, JTC. Review, discussion, and potential acceptance of proposed amendment.
Yes, sir. So, you may know that periodically we review the bylaws of this committee. Every once in a while, but most recently before this review, they were reviewed and updated back in 2019. And in our most recent our most recent review by our federal partners, it was recommended that we conduct another review of these bylaws and update as necessary. So we undertook this over the summer. We went through the bylaws, did a thorough review. The good news is we didn't see any red flags or anything like that would be an issue, but we are proposing a couple of updates to the bylaws. So I did provide a draft update of those bylaws to the chairs of this committee. I then distributed to you all through email for your review, but then I'll review them briefly now and then hopefully take a vote to accept these updates. So you can see on your screen they're relatively minor updates. So in terms of membership, we're recommending that we formally identify GATRA, Walk Massachusetts, and Mass Bike as members of this committee. Mary Ellen's on today. She's been GATRA's been a regular participant and member of this committee already, de facto. But our bylaws didn't formally identify them, so we're making that change. And also, Walk Massachusetts and Mass Bike, they've also been regular participants of this committee. They are arguably the main advocates for pedestrian and bicycle safety and mobility in Massachusetts. So we're recommending that we identify them as members, and then we added some clarifying language that we will take efforts to ensure that representation and participation of other entities that represent vulnerable users, especially but not limited to users with physical, mental, or emotional challenges, that we make efforts to ensure that they have opportunity to be represented and participate through this committee. So if you just want, I do have the bylaws here. So if you just want to forward to the page that has yellow highlighting. So this is the page. This is the page that was updated. Where you see the yellow highlight. Those are that's the language that was updated. So with that, happy to answer any questions or open it up to any discussion.
Yeah, Bill, Dan from Whitman.
Yep.
I have a question. Representatives from area transportation deals with South Shore or our Old Colony region. You think we should ask the MBTA to see if they have somebody that wants to fill us in on just Old Colony region, if anything is going on? Because I know that the town of Abington is having a meeting with them due to the fact that there has been so many issues in their town as far as gates not coming down and issues like that. I know in the past when I've had an issue in Whitman, I would call Charlie and Charlie would call them, and they were right out fixing it and making sure that it's properly operated. But I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to have a representative from them to join our meeting. It's just my thought. They are part of the transportation in the Old Colony region.
Yeah, so we did think about, so we had some thoughts on that. So yeah, we have a couple different offices of MassDOT represented here. And then in the past, with specific issues like the gates,
Yeah,
and in like vegetation, we've always been able to reach out and invite someone from the MBTA to come and talk and answer any questions, and they've always been very receptive to that. So we felt that our efforts to this point have sufficiently covered that. But if it's the pleasure of this committee, we can always review that and
now think about it, just my thoughts.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it would be a good idea if, I agree with Dan. We're having some issues over here with that. The gates are staying down, for long periods of time, and it's causing many problems. So I know they're coming to speak to the Board of Selectmen, but I agree with Dan. If we could get someone to come on one of our meetings, it might be a good idea.
Okay. So I guess the question would be, does this committee feel comfortable accepting these changes for now, or would you rather wait and see if we can get representation from the MBTA, like a specific permanent representation from the MBTA on this committee?
My thoughts on that is I think we can vote to accept this, and if in fact there are any updates on it, we can do it at a future meeting.
Okay.
So do we need a motion to accept?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Abington,
Yes.
Avon, Bridgewater, Brockton, East Bridgewater. I'm sorry, Duxbury, East Bridgewater, Easton,
Yes.
Halifax, Hanover, Hanson, Kingston, Pembroke, Plymouth, Kingston, Stoughton,
Yes.
Plimpton, West Bridgewater, Whitman,
Yes.
MassDOT District 5,
Yes.
MassDOT OTP,
Yes.
Brockton Area Transit,
Yes.
and GATRA.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so we'll move to item 7C. Federal fiscal year 2028 Old Colony Long Range Transportation Plan Update Development Schedule.
That'll be me. It's hard to believe as is, here we are in summer 2025, but we're already looking forward to the update of the long range transportation plan, which will be due in federal fiscal year. It'll be the 2028 plan, but it'll be due at the end of federal fiscal year 2027. So at our last meeting, the Unified Planning Work Program was presented and accepted, and under that work program, you'll remember that there is a line item for year one of the update of this plan. So this page just kind of gives you a general idea of how the timeline for the update of this plan is going to play out. So over 2 years, in the first year in federal fiscal year 2026, that's going to be really the when we're doing a lot of our heavy lift for like data analysis, data collection. This is when we do a comprehensive assessment of existing conditions on the transportation system, and identify needs for improvements. We kick off the update and refinement of the travel demand model. We work with MassDOT and the other NPOs in the state to project socioeconomic data through the life of this plan. So the first year is a lot of that heavy lift of the data analysis and numbers generations, and then and also kicking off a robust public participation program. So we'll start with a survey, and then we'll in the last plan update, which worked well, we had a series of webinars, and I think we'll be doing that as well, just to keep the public updated and give an opportunity for parties to participate. And then in the second year, which would be federal fiscal year 2027, that'll be the main focus of that would be stakeholder engagement. So reaching out to the stakeholders, identifying or presenting what we have for recommendations from this plan, meeting with the public, presenting the findings and recommendations, finalizing the document itself, and then the eventual endorsement, which would be most likely May of 2027. So that's the timeline. So as we move into federal fiscal year 2026, which starts in October, you'll start to see periodic updates from us on this plan, on this development update as we move forward.
Thank you, Bill. Any questions or comments for Bill? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 8, other business. A, community local technical assistance studies.
Yes, sir. So I have a couple quick updates. So in the town of Halifax, we did a heavy commercial vehicle exclusion feasibility and assessment for Old Plymouth Street. That involves some data collection and analysis, and the data and findings from that study have been distributed to both the town as well as to MassDOT. And in Kingston, we did a assessment of school zone safety on Second Brook Street, where they have an elementary school. That elementary school is also used for multiple town activities. So we looked at the process for establishing a school zone there, which currently does not have one, as well as provided recommendations for general safety improvement on that roadway. And that covers the LTA update.
Thank you, Bill. Any questions or comments for Bill? Next, we have item 8B, staff reviews on ENFs, EIRs, and NPCs.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. So we have a number of updates for everyone. We have one new project, Lakeshore Center Phase 4 in Bridgewater. They've submitted a notice of project change as well as the final environmental impact report. And I've provided this table, which is just a summary of project changes and impacts, and you all can review that at your leisure within your staff report. We have one certificate for the town of Easton. That's for the 642 to 644 Turnpike Street project. That was an environmental notification form. And the certificate states that this project does not require an EIR. And then we have a number of public notices. First one is a notice of intent to initiate an aquatic plant management program for Halifax. And then notice of intent to initiate an ecological restoration project in Hanson. And both of these notices are in regards to the reduction of bacteria through phosphorus mitigation. That's for Monpont Pond. Next is a notice of application and issuance of a draft groundwater discharge permit This is in East Bridgewater. This is in regards to the discharge of 25,000 gallons a day of sanitary wastewater. This is at White Pine Village. Next is Long Beach Seawall and Revetment Reconstruction Project in Plymouth. This is a request for advisory opinion. The proposed project involves maintenance, reconstruction of 630 linear feet of failing concrete seawall and stone revetment with the purpose of restoring coastal protection and resiliency along the southern end of Long Beach. And this is our last public notice in East Bridgewater, notice of application and issuance of a groundwater discharge permit for Harmony Crossing in East Bridgewater. This is in regards to the discharge of 22,000 gallons a day of sanitary wastewater. And that concludes my MEPA report.
Thank you, Kyle. Any
You're welcome.
comments or questions? Seeing none, item 8C, regional concerns and local community transportation issues. All right, seeing none, a motion to adjourn?
A motion, Dan from Whitman.
Second.
Thank you all.
All right, thanks, John. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, everybody.